Business that benefits society, technologies that make the world more convenient. Each issue of our program introduces you to people who build the future on the basis of the latest developments, principles of high social responsibility, and a caring attitude towards nature. The world of startups showcases advanced high technologies and their integration into all spheres of our modern life. Robotics courses, the world news, P2P credit platform, automation system of business, tech control, application for automobile users, the Kazakhstan news. Robotics is an applied industry dedicated to the development of automated systems and the creation of robots. Therefore, in order to become a qualified specialist, one must have great knowledge and practical skills in various fields. Startuppers from Inspire Lab offer to acquire these skills at the Kazakhstan Robotics courses. Now the sphere of startups is developing very quickly, where everyone makes their own project. And now we are pushing children to create their own products. That could be interesting not only at the Kazakhstan market, but also on the international market. Inspiration is used as the main learning tool in this laboratory. Therefore, the educational process is built in such a way that children themselves want to design robots. In our last lesson, we learned how to make a smart fan and a smart lamp. We first connected a mainframe, an ultrasonic rangefinder, and a program to the microcontroller. Already 30 students enrolled for these courses of robotics. They attend classes twice a week. The average duration of the lesson is 1.5 hours. 80% is practice, 20% is theory. Children basically do something with their hands, do something on the computer, and I always help and explain everything to them. Our training process is also delivered on a system like PBL, problem-based learning. The purpose of this method of teaching is to teach children to independently find solutions to professional problems. The teacher sets the task for the group and gives complete freedom of action, watching the students from the outside. And the students themselves decide what information is needed to complete the task, where to get it, and how to apply it. We teach in all languages that are now popular. For children, we use Scratch language. For adults, we use a more professional language. It is called C and C++. In the training process, special kits for robotics are used. They're divided into several types. For example, the electronics inventory kit allows children to learn the basics of robotics, what is a sensor, an actuator, and so on. The second set is designed to build a so-called M-bot that works with complex algorithms and knows how to overcome obstacles. The third stage is called middle. There we go to the M-bot Ranger. This is a robot tank, very powerful, fast. There we already use more complex algorithms, more complex sensors, and obviously they are much more difficult to pass. We also have a fourth stage, that is a training on a 3D printer. In the near future, the founders of these courses of robotics plan to scale their projects to other cities of Kazakhstan and then to enter the markets of neighboring countries. Holding Alphabet, which includes Google, took part in the investment round of the American service for the order of trips, Lyft. The exact amount of investments from the fund was not disclosed. However, it is known that as a result of the transaction, Capital G partner David Lowy will join the project board of directors. Lyft's valuation for the deal was $11 billion. Today, this startup can serve 95% of U.S. residents, compared with 54% at the beginning of the year. Venture fund RB Capital and founder of BBDO Moscow, Igor Lutz, invested in a startup, DVR, which developed a virtual shooter, VR Polygon. The parties purchased about 3% of the company with its estimate of $4,700,000 US. In the future, the startup plans to create content with famous characters from the cartoons Fix Iki and Masha and the Bear. ICO, initial coin offering, this term means primary placement of coins. According to the principle of action, ICO reminds the sale of shares through the exchange platform. However, unlike the IPO, all transactions here are carried out only by private investors, and certainly in the cryptocurrency. When an ICO occurs, you in exchange for invested money get the so-called tokens. They are analogous to securities. After the ICO, a group of developers negotiates with the stock exchanges, and they exist around the world in a huge number, where there are trades on the principle of forex or stock exchanges, in the traditional sense of the word. Fintech startup Lendex is the first Kazakhstan online lending platform that intends to raise funds with the help of ICO. The placement of the crypto coins is planned on the site Ethereum. The potential audience of the users of this site is classified as unbanked. For some reason, these people are not available for financing in the traditional banking institutions. We had to go through a rather intensive learning process that began here in Almaty through the study of public information on the internet and plus. We took part in several conferences dedicated to this topic, got acquainted with people who have already practical experience of implementation of ICO, and they attracted them as consultants and are now working in the same team with them. Online service will work on the principle of peer-to-peer. This is a new way of interaction between investors and borrowers. It allows you to provide a loan without involving the financial institution as an intermediary, which leads to simplification of the entire process and significant time saving for all participants in the transaction. The business model of P2P lending is very simple. We connect those who want to borrow money and those who want to give them this money. And we are in the middle, thereby earning commissions from the transactions that occur between them. The release of Lendex will be held in 2 stages. Pre-ICO will begin on December 1st, 2017. Within the framework of this stage is planned to attract about $1 million. Then within 12 months, ICO itself will be realized. The expected amount of investment for this period is from $20 to $30 million. The funds will be collected by startups for the development and improvement of IT infrastructure, marketing, and access to other Asian countries, with a market capacity of 500 million people. High speeds in decision-making, multitasking, and asset management, and the need to reduce risks require modern approaches to the organization of economic activities. The system of business automation becomes an exit in such difficult labor conditions. These services include the Kazakhstan platform MyCRM.
Наши клиенты – это медицинские центры, стоматологи, есть и отчасти салоны красоты, да? Они могут хранить амбулаторную карту, историю лечения полностью в нашей системе. Система может также поздравлять с днем рождения, вызывать вас на профосмотр, ну и так далее. Также система имеет интеграцию с государственными учреждениями.
Today, the company has 80 active clients throughout Kazakhstan. In addition, there are about 90,000 potential users of the system in the Republic. Of these, about 80,000 are private enterprises in the service sector. The rest are public medical institutions. Asiya Dusimbayeva works as an administrator in one of the private dental clinics in Almaty. She responsibly approaches the business and adheres to a principle to not miss any client.
Раньше мы регистрировали пациентов в журнале. Это было совсем неудобно.
Previously, we registered patients in a journal. It was quite uncomfortable. It took a lot of time. We thus lost patients. So it was not good for us. Now, as we learn that there is such a system where we can register patients in the electronic version, we decided to keep up with the trend and register patients this way. Asiya uses a desktop version of the system for business automation. According to her, the platform helps to reliably build and effectively manage the relationship between the institution and customers. In addition to the web version, a mobile application has been developed for the platform.
Мобильное приложение – это
The mobile application is part of the functionality of the desktop version and is specifically aimed at employees. At the same time, no matter what turnover the institution has, statistics, time disclosure, employee, salary, it does not matter. What matters is time, records, and patience. This is important to the company.
Его время, его записи, его пациенты.
The startup monetization is carried out on the basis of a subscription fee. For example, if no more than 5 people work in a dental clinic, a half-year subscription for the service will cost 80,000 tenge.
Ближайшие наши планы.
Our nearest plans are to enter the former CIS market in March 2018 to neighboring countries, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. As soon as we put our system, and it will be completely ready by 2019, we want to translate it into the English language and reach out to any other 2 or 3 countries. The further vector of development of this company is directed towards Southeast Asia. There are many densely populated countries which today are experiencing rapid development of digital technologies. Startup Dictionary. Turnaround. This is how startuppers call a change in the unprofitable exchange rate for potentially profitable. An example of use: I went crazy arranged a turnaround. Anna Asipova, Director on Marketing and Sales and Investment Company. More than 10 years of experience in marketing and advertising. Specialization, advertising, e-commerce, media, IT, high-tech, review for the startup. Car Help. Car Help is an application for car users which facilitates life on roads.
У этого продукта есть пока такой шанс.
This product has so far a chance to become very popular in Kazakhstan. If they do this very quickly, implement it to an existing map, they will not follow the path of creating their own maps. This is a very difficult way, and they will make such a location product. Made in Almaty, made in Astana, and so on. Each city is a separate state where it has its own specifics, its traffic pattern, and so on. If the guys do this and implement this application on the basis of already existing maps, which everyone knows how to use, it will be great. If this application will have a convenient chat, then it will really work. But it has to be serious work and not to create it just for the sake of it, and then everyone will forget about it, as we see it often happening.
Там будет с удобным чатом, где действительно это будет работать, чтобы это, знаете, не получилось, что сделали и забыли. Такие проекты, они должны быть.
Such projects should be more social. They should somehow connected with the Akimat to avoid such situations where the animate says, you know, there's a training and we have traffic policemen with us. Instead, they will be invested into the idea to warn about real accidents and the users can confirm it. The accident really happened there, I drove by, I saw the fire, etc. And this application should involve real city emergency services. And this will be a project that will be sponsored by local akimats and so on. Then it will work. Then you do not need advertising. Then it really will be beneficial for the people.
Не нужна реклама будет, тогда он будет действительно нести пользу, да. 4 миллиона это очень мало.
4 million is very little amount of money. If they will integrate it into Yandex or 2GIS maps, which are very cool maps that everyone uses, it's like a story with which they have to agree with. If they will make a good, cool application, like I said before, it should be an application with an emphasis on social aspect. It will be very popular in every city of Kazakhstan.
Работающий продукт, который нужен в каждом городе.
So when I'm told the required amount are 2 to 3 million, I always think that this is some sort of laboratory work, not a product that should work in the market and bring profit. Everyone, at least, once in his life faced the need to solve everyday problems. And it is not surprising because we all live in constant movement, develop, organize life, and we want to receive the necessary services. However, in doing so, we often face rudeness and unprofessionalism. According to the founders of clevermart.kz, their service allows you to quickly and safely find reliable services for solving household and business tasks. To do this, you need to publish your problem on the platform and in a few minutes receive offers from different services. Over the past 50 years, water consumption in the world has tripled. UN experts warn that by 2030, 47% of the world's inhabitants will experience a deficit of fresh water. Therefore, effective use of water resources is one of the main problems that confronts all states of the world. Kazakhstan startups from the company Aquameter are working on this problem. They have developed an intelligent data collection and processing system through which it is possible to analyze and timely carry out preventative measures, plan repairs, calculate water losses, and much more.